For this smartboard activity, students will be learning about the seasons. In this first activity, it is a multiple choice question that asks which article of clothing would you wear in the wintertime. Students will then have 4 options: A, flip-flops, B, bathing suits, C, shorts, and D, jacket. They will then have to choose which one they think is the best answer. In this next activity, students will be comparing winter to summer. This one is a little bit tricky because it requires the student to click on a block and then click on another block. If they do not match, then the students will have to memorize which one they clicked on and what each block said. This will allow them to see the differences between summer and winter. As we saw in the first activity, students will answer the multiple choice question asked, what article of clothing would you wear in the summertime? Students will then have 4 options: A, jackets, B, boots, C, shorts, and D, mittens. They will then have to choose the answer that they think is correct. As we saw in the second activity, students will compare fall to spring. This one is just like activity 2, where the students will have to click on a block and then click on another block. If they do not match, then the students will have to memorize which one they clicked on and what each block said. This will allow them to see the differences between fall and summer. In this fifth activity, students will learn the dates of when each season starts. They will first see March 20th, and then they will have to click on the blue dot and see that March 20th is when spring starts. But before they click on the answer, students should test themselves and see before they click on a dot that they got the answer correct. In this sixth activity, students will see pictures of both summer and fall. This activity requires students to drag the word to the correct picture. If they get it wrong, the word will bounce back into its place. Just like we saw in Activity 6, Activity 7 requires the students to compare spring to winter. This activity requires students to drag the word to the correct picture. If they get it wrong, the word will bounce back into its place. In this last smartboard activity, it requires students to be able to look at the picture and identify what season it is. They will drag each picture into the correct column. Once they believe that they have all the pictures in the right spot, they will be able to click the check button. If there are any X's, the student should press reset until they get it right.